Hey, Cooter! Joe! Check this out. There's anywhere but here, man, on this here podcast.
Oh, I like me some podcasts, man.
What y'all talking about?
We're talking about anywhere but here.
What's anywhere but here? Anywhere but here in Mississippi?
No, man, anywhere but here over in England.
Hey, we ain't in England.
I know, but that's where the England's from.
What?
Hey, Cletus, remember when we went and saw that movie about the wars in the stars and they had like lightsabers and stuff like that? Well, these people here talk about things we like.
Really?
I guarantee.
Well, hot diggity damn. What we waiting for?
Anywhere but here podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Anywhere But Here. This is episode 86. There was a little bit of a
smooth operator.
You can find us at avhpod.com where you can find all the episodes and I don't know, the videos are on there now?
Yeah, the videos post up there.
Which is quite cool.
Got a plug in to do that.
It's an extra.
Find everything
there. That's your one stop.
I accidentally hit one of these buttons.
Your one-stop shop for all of your Anywhere But Here needs. And also Amazon as well. Up there in the right-hand corner is the Amazon banner, of course, where you can go to our website, through our website to Amazon, buy all the stuff that you're going to buy on Amazon anyway, especially as it's coming up to Christmas. All the shops are telling us, aren't they?
Yeah. At the middle of August, I went card shopping for Liz's birthday, and there was a whole wall full of Christmas cards.
Yeah, it's
middle
awful.
of August. That's summer.
The hotel just down the road from the gym that I go to has been advertising its Christmas bookings since the end of July.
Yeah, I've seen those. It's just insane. Book your Christmas party.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you do have to book that.
True,
early now.
but still,
or would you have to book that early if they didn't put the signs up? I don't know. Who cares? So you can find us on Twitter at ABHpod and at facebook.com/ABHpod, where you can interact with us, send us funny stories, look out for our funny story posts that we make occasionally.
Yeah. If you want to remain anonymous while also interacting with us, there is abhpod@gmail.com, where you can send us unlimited amount of messages.
Yes. Anonymous character count.
Yeah. And as you say, just in case you don't want to be out there in the social media world.
Yeah, you might have a story about yourself that's a bit embarrassing you don't want people to know about.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had many of those.
Not since we asked for them.
Yeah. And like Tom said, the videos are over on our website, abhpod.com. But, I mean, you can go to YouTube. If you're a YouTube user, you can find us ABH Podcast on YouTube. And you can subscribe to us there. So,
Indeed.
When you go to your subscriptions, when you're looking for your weekly or daily videos, we're going to be there in that list.
We will be.
And all of the places you can find us, like iTunes and Stitcher and Podcast
Land. Yes.
You can either vote for us there or you can leave ratings and reviews and subscribe to us on those places as well. So
Indeed,
you get
you
updated
can.
when stuff comes out. Just be lazy.
Yeah. And people do email in. I mean, Robbie Polanco again has emailed us this week.
Every episode.
This guy's set the bar. He set the bar across the board.
Everyone else, you're just letting yourselves down.
Yeah, he was saying that it's nice to hear that Ant and his family spent a great day together celebrating his wife's birthday. Future wife, but yeah. Despite the terrible start, the rain, their day went well. I'm glad the folks didn't ruin Tom and Joe's dinner at the restaurant. That was the couple who were looking over and eyeballing our food. And you go back a couple of episodes, you'll hear that particular story.
84. It would have been.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah. And we also mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy. He said that he watched it a couple of weeks ago and it was absolutely brilliant. I hope Ant has seen it by now. I'd like to take my wife to see it. It's a film she might enjoy, unlike the first Captain America, in which he fell asleep after the first few minutes. Which the first Captain America was effectively a massive trailer for the Avengers. But
it was a difficult one. I wasn't sure about it. I enjoy it now.
Yeah.
Like in hindsight, after
it's good
everything else.
I think it's good to watch in the chronology.
I don't
know whether the first hour or so stands up on its own, but then the rest of it is like, rush, Captain America defeats the Nazis and then he gets frozen and it's like...
I mean, I enjoy it now more since the Avengers. It was a bit... I found the first Captain America a bit disjointing. Like, it was a bit weird, I found.
Well, because of all the extra technology that Hydra had.
Yeah, it seems a bit odd.
Yeah.
I think it would have been better seeing the Avengers and then going back to watch Captain America's origins.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those difficult ones.
True.
I like Captain America 2, the spy film,
is one of the best ones. Yeah, it's in the top 5 without a doubt. Yeah,
despite Scarlett Johansson's magic hair.
And all those other little inaccuracies,
and that deep underground bunker that's really quite close to the surface.
Yeah,
they climb forever to get down to,
and then all of a sudden,
and then they climb out of the rubble on the surface. Yeah. Brilliant. But stuff like that you can take. I still haven't seen Guardians. I don't think I'm going to see it in the cinema.
It's still playing 2 or 3 times a day. That's the thing. It's hanging on in there.
Although I said to Liz yesterday, I want to see Guardians, and she went, "Oh, but what are we going to do with Chloe?" I said, "We can take Chloe."
Yeah.
She said, "Can we?" I was like, "Yeah, she'll be all right." I'm sure Sean took Liam, his son, to see it, and he said it was great. But he's into comics and things like that, and
exactly.
He's a boy.
Yeah.
It's the difficult thing. But Chloe's getting more into films now.
Right.
She's finding stuff like that more interesting. So I think we
might be able to broach that.
But would I be able to enjoy it if she's sitting there getting bored? Is there much chance of her getting bored? Is there a lot of slow talking
There's
parts?
hardly any slow talking parts.
So
it's like action. There are some, obviously there has to be some.
She'll sit with her fingers in her ears like most of the film. I know that. She hates loud noises.
Yeah. But another guy out there on Twitter, at Monster Sci-Fi Show, linking in with the whole Captain America thing. The new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. photo shows Agent Carter and the Howling Commandos.
I purposefully didn't look at this.
Did you not?
No.
I'm not going to talk too much.
To see if you would talk about it.
Oh, right. Okay, righto. So basically, you've got Agent Carter, who is Captain America's girlfriend.
Yes.
She's the older lady who dies.
Awesome.
She's
awesome.
Yeah. She was a founder member of S.H.I.E.L.D., effectively,
right, yes.
because you get that one shot at the end of...
It's Captain America 2, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it shows her with all of the Howling Commandos, like, Dum Dum Duggan and all the rest of it.
That's what they're called. I forgot they called themselves that.
So apparently that's going to be part of the new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's awesome.
Thing, and he's
how's that going to work?
Well, this is the thing. You see, there's a bit of speculation, and we went back and forth a little bit about it. But he's saying that it would be quite cool because then you get Dominic Cooper coming back in as Stark, and he's effectively her Q. Really making all the tech and stuff. You've got the fact that after World War II, Arnim Zola was captured and used for during World War II, wasn't it? During Captain America, he was captured, and then it turns out he was used to effectively build up S.H.I.E.L.D.'s kind of intelligence systems, but with also the Hydra element still in there.
Yes.
I think it'll work because obviously the first one, you've got that Hydra thing that came out after the Captain America 2 film where Bill Paxton's character all of a sudden was like a Hydra agent, and then it all went nuts.
Such an awesome moment.
Yeah. It's great. Bill Paxton in anything is brilliant.
Now, but could it be? I suppose because obviously Coulson and everyone, they're going to have to rebuild S.H.I.E.L.D., aren't they, from the ground up?
Yeah.
So it might be like a flashback. This is how they did it in the beginning. So it might be flashing back to Carter and how they did it, and then back to Coulson and them doing sort of similar things. And now, didn't Coulson have his dad's old spy kit?
Yes.
So do you think that might link in somehow?
Quite possibly.
At the end of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Could be quite interesting, unless they do a whole series of just them.
Yeah.
But then I want more Coulson.
Yeah, so do I. Because
I want more Sky, let's be honest with you.
But we were saying that, like, it's interesting to see how it's going to play in because... Obviously, it would all have to be told in flashback, or it's just completely removed while the modern S.H.I.E.L.D. is being rebuilt.
Yeah.
But what I thought maybe as well, because in The Winter Soldier, there's that documentary footage that Captain America is watching of Agent Carter talking about
in the museum,
and I wonder whether it's going to be her story up until she dies in Winter Soldier, told in flashback form. Or maybe it links in somehow. Or maybe it goes back to S.H.I.E.L.D. being in the 60s or the 70s when it's being built, and it kind of explains the Hydra thing going in there. It's going to be interesting. It's
I really did like S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
it got
so did
much
I.
better towards the end.
Yeah, and
like with the double crossing with Hydra coming out.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
And this guy at a Monster Sci-Fi Show, I was saying, because he's gone back to start going through S.H.I.E.L.D. now that he's seen this. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Did you not watch it originally?
He gave up on it, but he's rewatching it because he's heard that it gets better towards the end, and I was like, really stick with it. Like after about, I know it sounds ridiculous that you've got to stick through about 8 to 10 episodes until it gets good, but after that, it really does. But I enjoyed it anyway. Like even when it was a bit rubbish, like at the beginning, I still enjoyed it because it was just fun. And throwaway,
I watched S.H.I.E.L.D. in the same vein that I watched Doctor Who, in that I don't take it too seriously.
No.
I never expect too much of it.
Yeah, you're not overly invested in the lore around it.
Allows me to really enjoy and get into it. I know it's silly. That's part of it, and I can really get into it. It's like this new series, really silly.
Really?
Yeah, yesterday's episode, Listen, I think it was called, because that was the message they were getting across. That was fantastic. That was creepy, and it was getting into. There were bits of it I didn't like, but the new series, it's finding it difficult to get into. And Capaldi is great, but he takes some getting used to. But it's good. I'm enjoying it. But this is the Monster Sci-Fi Show. Is it .com?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Hold on, I'll open that back up again. I do apologise because he's at Monster Sci-Fi Show on Twitter, but on here it's monsterscifishow.wordpress.com.
Yeah,
that's where he or she writes. I'm not entirely sure.
That's the blog. Yeah,
that is where the blog is. They've got merch and stuff, so go and check them out. They've got some pretty cool designs on there. I've
found, and it'll be interesting. Speaking of t-shirts, if people are interested, there's a way we can get t-shirts that don't get out of pocket straight away. It's like a Kickstarter type thing.
Right.
If you sell enough t-shirts, they will then print them and send them out once they've got enough orders.
Okay, so there you go, folks.
Let us know if you're interested.
If you're interested, I mean...
And the more orders we get, the cheaper the t-shirts get, the more money we
You'll only be able to get them in red.
Yeah, it's got to be red. Red with white text. It has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea we had, I wanted to kind of do a quote series, didn't I?
Yes, this is
true. And the first one I came up with was, have you ever been in a waitress?
Yeah.
Which is a quote from an old episode.
Yeah.
And just have under it the episode number and then abhpod.com.
That requires going back and listening to all the episodes.
It does, but fuck it.
It might be worth it, mightn't it?
Yeah. If people are interested, I know Jake, yes, I know you're interested in t-shirts. You want t-shirts. I want that logo Jake's been posting up, that sign they've got for their Comic-Con they're doing.
Thanks for wasting my time.
I want that t-shirt.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's just that thing.
Yeah.
That's that thing.
I can't remember where we were going off that.
One Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Doctor Who.
Yeah. So the new Doctor. Well, I saw a. That's what I was doing. I saw a graphic somewhere on the internet, vaguely at one point in the last couple of weeks, where it was like the cycle of Doctors.
Yeah.
And basically, it starts off up here being like, "Who's this guy? He's not a patch on the last guy."
Yeah.
And then the next bit is like, "He's not bad, but." Nah.
And that's the same Doctor they're talking about.
Yeah. And then the next bit is, "Oh, he's amazing. No one else can ever be Doctor Who." Yeah. And then the last bit is like, "What do you mean regeneration?" And then it starts again.
Yes, it is a cyclical thing.
The way that everyone seems to go. That's the way,
Yeah, it does take some getting used to. I was like that with Tennant. I was like, I don't really like him. Well, by the end, I was like, I love him. But Matt Smith, I liked straight away.
Right.
Capaldi, I love Capaldi. He's Capaldi, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not Capaldi. It's Capaldi.
Apparently.
Yeah. So Nerdist Chris Hardwick. Well, actually, comes from Capaldi himself. Told Chris Hardwick. Anyway, he's good. It's just, I don't know if it's the writing or I don't know. But he is good. I like him. I do like him. He's very serious. He's kind of got the kooky edge to him. And it's like, I'm sure it was Drunk Geeks were talking about, he's still got some of the Matt Smith character in him that they're trying to phase out.
Yeah, there's something to do with like, you act like the last guy for a couple of episodes and then you find yourself...
he's eventually coming to himself. But like the episode Listen is all about the monster under the bed.
Right, okay.
And like everyone has the same dream that they kind of think something's there. You put your feet down, something grabs your leg. And it's that, and it is fucking creepy.
Yeah, I bet.
The only way they could have made it any better is, have you had that feeling when you're going up the stairs and you suddenly run for no reason? Like when it's dark behind you, that would have made it perfect. But they do the have you ever felt the breath on the back of your neck sort of thing. And it's because there's someone there.
I see.
And it's really creepy. And the brilliance of it is they never show the monster.
Oh, okay. That's really good.
That's really clever. You get a glimpse of him sort of out of focus.
Yeah,
you
but
never
that's
see
even
the
better
monster.
because you've got a vague outline of what it is, but your mind does the rest.
Yeah, and the twist on the end, it's kind of like, oh, it's too self-referential. It's too into itself sort of thing. But it plays on the whole Jenna Coleman being the impossible girl. They're kind of bringing that back into it, where she's always been in the Doctor's timeline. And this kind of takes her back to the start of his timeline, which is very clever.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I've heard bits about it, and it sounds like, they're doing a whole kind of cyclical element of
it is fantastic. So in-depth writing, and how they do it, I don't know. Like, there's no way they could have planned this detail from the very beginning.
No,
and they're trying to get
it's just being
in.
retconned and everything, isn't it? Yeah.
It's awesome. It is good. You should
There's
start
a lot
watching
of,
it before there's too many episodes.
There's a lot of history that goes into it. I appreciate the way that it's being written and what they do with it. It's a British institution at the end of the day, and it's making us a lot of money.
Yes,
so,
it's making the BBC a lot of money anyway.
Yeah, which means that they can make
we still
awesome
have to pay
programs.
our fucking licenses. Yeah. I don't know. Have you started watching Breaking Bad yet? I've seen you on Netflix a few times this week.
Nope.
Which
I've got a couple of days off next week though, so maybe.
Yeah.
I have lists of things people have been telling me that I need to watch. So Breaking Bad is one. Adventure Time is another one.
Adventure Time is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on the UK.
There's only one. There's one season on there.
It's so fucking messed up. It's so surreal.
It's what I've heard. So
it gives you that feeling of when something suddenly starts becoming surreal, when life becomes surreal, and you're not sure if you're dreaming, you start to get anxious.
Okay.
When stuff keeps happening, and it's like, this can't be real. This is too weird, and your mind's like, you kind of go a bit fuzzy, and you feel like you're stoned.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically.
Righto. No, I'm looking forward to that because
Adventure Time is funny. It's messed up, but it's funny. But
no,
Breaking
I've been
Bad,
watching a lot of films recently.
I did have a thought, and I don't know if it's treading on some toes.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how we had that thing when Corky came in where we would do the Netflix movie review section?
Yeah.
You've got Netflix now.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking we could do it in a way like the ABH Netflix TV movie show.
Okay.
TV movie review thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what we do, we both pick one thing.
Yeah.
Each, and then we mention it on the podcast, and then we put up a Facebook poll to get people to vote on what they want us to watch.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the next episode we say, right, we're going to watch this week. Here's what we've chosen this week. Vote on it for this week. And so that's how it starts. And then the following week, we review the one we've watched. We give our new picks, and then we say what we're going to watch.
So this is another sister podcast, is it?
No. It's just a section
within.
It's like to replace the ABCs.
Oh, I see.
Basically,
Yeah,
do it as a 10-minute thing at the end. We've watched
thing.
this week. This is what we both thought of it. We only watch one thing.
Yeah.
We both have a pick.
Yeah.
And maybe we keep score of whose pick wins.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Maybe that's something for the reboot.
I don't mind that.
But it can be
That's a
TV
good idea.
and movie, so we're not treading on too many toes.
Yeah.
Or we just, because I don't want to do it so people suggest what we could watch.
No.
Because then we'll get too many options.
True.
So.
Well, I've got a massive list of stuff on my watch list anyway. So
And I've got things I keep seeing that I want to watch, but I've never got.
Yeah,
around
there's
to doing
certain
it.
series like that American Horror Story I want to watch because I've heard good things about it. Although you're not quite so.
I didn't watch the first series. The second series started really well, and it started to get on my nerves, and then I didn't bother with the third.
But it's like the interesting thing was watching the Carrie films almost back to back.
Yeah, you said about
the
that,
other week, and how much worse the Chloe Grace Moretz one is from the original. Like,
you see what I mean about it being like a typical modern day teen horror, though.
Yeah,
it's got that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was not a patch on the 70s version. I've not watched I think there's a 90s version as well, but I haven't watched that yet.
No, I haven't.
It's the longest.
That's
on
Netflix as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
They've got all of them.
I can't be arsed with that one, though, because it's...
You've seen two of them.
Yeah,
One was good,
yeah.
one wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with the Chloe Grace Moretz one is she had too much control over her powers, and she read up on how to control it, and that's not the point. The point is it comes out of this natural kind of uncontrollable rage and fear that Carrie has, and it's like her subconscious smiting the things that.
How much was that bit in the cupboard under the stairs? Didn't she spot weld it shut or something?
Something
that was
like
a bit
that.
odd.
Yeah.
But then when she's ripping the door open with her fingers, I was like, yeah. But But there's some bits in it that made you cringe. There's some bits that were awesome. Like, like I told you with the car.
The girl
that
with
was
the
awesome.
car and the face in the windscreen.
That was amazing. Fucking bitch.
Yeah, definitely.
But cracking the ground open was a bit much. She had a bit too much power.
Yeah.
But
anyway, but that's that's one of the things
that's
that
neither
I've
here
been
nor
doing.
there. But yeah, I think the Netflix thing, I had the idea for it, and I even had a theme tune in my head that was kind of like fun, funny. And I'll explain it to you afterwards because it was brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a thing for the future for sure. Definitely. Yeah. Again, more podcasting news. On a production meeting.
We do this thing where we. Like, how we were recording 2 episodes every week. We haven't done that for the last couple of weeks.
Nah,
because I think it's too much. We're trying to do too much and we're not planning enough.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I just keep coming up with ideas of things to do. I've got another idea what I want to do with the YouTube channel that I've mentioned to you.
Yeah.
I just need to write a couple of scripts and record a couple of test episodes for it, and it just hasn't happened.
No, because we need about 2 more days in a week, don't we? That's the thing.
Yeah, that is the thing. I mean, like this week, it was a perfect time for me to work on podcast stuff, but Destiny came out and everything stopped.
Yeah, I mean, I've had problems this week anyway, so I've been focusing on fixing them, but it's not things that I can mention. No, unfortunately.
Not really, no. All I will say about Destiny is it's been out for 5 days. Bearing in mind I've got a full-time job and a child. Yeah. It's been out for 5 days. I've logged 12 hours so far. Which only, it works out just over 2 hours a day. But
still, that's a lot when you've got a full-time job and a child to look after.
But I've been playing it. It's a lot more fun when you're playing with friends. I've got to say. The story mode, very simple. I don't know the story. I don't know what's going on in the story. It's not important at all. This game is all about building up your character and leveling and getting rare items and better weapons.
Okay, so it is kind of RPG based as well as third person shooter.
Yeah, it's like a MOBA. It's like it's like a battle arena. Like you get sections, you go in and you do missions to earn experience. But they're doing a really cool thing. Whereas every weekend they do special events where you get like playlists. These are things you have to do with a strike team. With a team of 2 other people, and you have to do them, and it gets progressively harder. And there's like modifiers, like hero modifier, where if you get hit once, you die. Right. And you can't revive your friend. There's an automatic revival thing. When you're going with a strike team, there's an automatic revival, whereas after a certain amount of times, you revive. Right. Whereas this one, like the hero mode, you're going, only members of your strike team can revive you. They have to walk up to you and revive you. Okay. But you've been shot, so you're in firing range. So this person has to revive you while getting shot at. But if they get shot, they die. If all 3 of you die, you have to start again. Okay. But you get amazing items at the end of it with like massive like levels and things. So it's really cool for just grinding. Yeah, I've seen a few videos that you've put up, and also Luke Knight from Near Ruin. He's been playing it non-stop as well, pretty much by the looks of it. Week off? I believe so. Yeah. I think he took the week off work. But in my video, short 20-second clip, but it just looks so fucking cool. Yeah. It does look really good, to be fair. It is a grinding episode, but that guy who messaged me, I don't think he's into the leveling sort of games as much. No. Although he's playing Diablo 3, which he thinks is awesome, but he said he's getting bored of Destiny. And I think you have to play it with friends. Right, okay. So it's not necessarily a single player. I don't. I'm quite happy playing on my own. Yeah. See, I'm like that as well. I'm more of a solitary gamer. Yeah. I'm not into playing with people online. I preferred the old days where you had to have a mate over to play co-ops or like, verses or whatever. Yeah, I thought a spider was crawling up my arm, then it was my microphone, my headphone cable. I was like, what the fuck is that? I mean, yes, playing with friends. I mean, when you're playing with people that aren't on your friends list and they haven't got a headset, so you can't talk to them, and then they kind of go the wrong way, and you have to stand there and wait for them to come back. And it's like, fucking hurry up. It only takes a couple of seconds, but usually what you do, you've got actions your character can do on the D-pad. Yeah. So you press up, you wave. Okay. You press down, you sit down. You press left and you point at the person. If you press right, you do a dance. Yeah, I've seen that kind of thing. Yeah, but like this whole thing with like the people going the wrong way and they're across a chasm from you, and I just stand there, look at them, and I wave at them. And like, we're over here, but down on the bottom corner it says somebody has waved, like I have waved at you. Right, so they see that and they're like, oh, where is he? And they look and they find you. But you're waving like, come over here. But then when you finish the strike, you all stand and you do a little dance together until you come out of the arena. And it's just really funny. And you could be standing in the social area and you kind of someone walks and stands in front of you, does an action, and then you repeat the action back to them. So it's like you're communicating without saying anything. It's just fun. It's just stupid. Waste so much time. I'm so tired. But it's a great game. Everyone needs to get it. I haven't seen Sean and Miles on it. I don't think they got it. I think they cancelled their pre-orders. Oh. Which I'm not happy about because I was looking forward to playing with those guys. But, they might get it eventually. Miles, understandably.
Yeah.
New baby.
Exactly. Sean's got no excuse though, right?
He's only got 2 kids. He has a really difficult job. You should be able to play
with me in England.
Please. Not this. I won't be playing this week at all though because I'm on earlies. So
there you go.
Oh well. Huh.
That was gaming.
You're still grinding on the Lego, aren't you?
Yeah, we've not. Like I say, I've not really had a lot of free time this week. If I'm honest, I've been too busy sorting out my life.
Yes.
Which needs doing.
Which we'll talk about when that's sorted.
When it's sorted and done, and I'm away. Yeah.
From where, Tom?
Gee, I don't know. I won't say though.
No.
Because we might already be in hot water with.
Not Joe though. Don't panic.
No.
That podcast will still carry on.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hot water.
With
maybe
corporations, maybe.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago we spoke about Tesco.
Yeah.
And we said they were brought out by Walmart. They weren't.
I mean, we shouldn't be slandering such a massive corporation with one of the most evil corporations on the planet. So we can only apologise to Tesco for insinuating that they were owned by Walmart. It's
understandable. You get in the heat at the moment. You hear that a supermarket got brought up, and you forget which supermarket. It was the blue one, not the green one.
I knew, but the thing is, I didn't want to stop you because you were on a roll.
I mean, you agreed at the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't want to stop you from being.
You did that thing when I spoke about the Schrodinger's cat, and I was explaining it.
I had absolutely no idea what you were talking about.
I was talking about it, and as I was talking about the experiment, I'm like, I'm sure it was rats. Yeah. Not a cat. Yeah. It was rats. That was the Skinner box. Yeah. I got it wrong, but I thought, fuck, I'm not going to go back on it now.
Again, I knew it wasn't Schrodinger's cat.
I had the right experiment. I had the wrong...
Animal. And scientist.
Yeah. I would say experiment, but
again...
Schrodinger's cat's not experiment.
No, it's a theory.
But yeah, the Tesco thing, we got it wrong. We hold our
However,
hands
there
up.
Is some evidence to suggest that
the thing is,
they do what you claim they do.
We were advised to kind of defend ourselves because they have a software, apparently, allegedly, and a guy kind of scouring the internet for negative comments on it to protect the company image, which is understandable from a massive corporation like that. You've got to protect your company image. Yeah, you've got to use everything in your power,
from two
your massive
dickheads.
Power, to defend yourselves.
Yeah, against two dickheads with a couple of microphones.
Yeah, and a few listeners. A couple of listeners. So there's that whole thing, and the woman. The families being kicked out of their homes so they can build more stores. Is that was based on a story I heard on radio too.
Yes.
That a woman who was born in this house, who grew up in this house, who inherited this house, she was being asked to leave her house
because
along with everyone else in that estate because Tesco or a contractor, as it says on the website.
However, Jeremy Vine used the word Tesco, and Jeremy
in the
Vine
story I was listening to, they said Tesco, and she was being offered money to move out of her house, like, we will buy your house, and then they offered her double the value of her house, and then they offered like 5 times the value of her house because she kept refusing, and then they offered her a new house for nothing.
Wow.
To move out of her house along with some money, and she still refused. So then they went and they're trying to impose this order where they can make people move out of the house.
Which is wrong.
Now on the radio it said Tesco. On the internet
it says
a contractor. So make of that what you will.
Yeah.
You know.
It's something you heard.
This is something I heard that I was relaying the information.
And we are known for our charming inaccuracy.
Yeah.
And
this, like all the things we mentioned, they're not the views of the podcast or the podcast network. No. They're the views of the people saying it.
Yeah. And
we are the podcast, but you've got to say this.
The thing is, it's
like, my opinion. It was me that was saying it, not Tom.
Yeah.
I was telling Tom. So
I don't care.
Come at me, bro. Please don't. I've got nothing to give. But So,
you're challenging Tesco there.
I'm not challenging Tesco. I use Tesco. They're a very good company. But they're a very powerful company.
Yeah, and powerful companies take advantage of the small people.
And not always. There's a lot of stories and a lot of hearsay about companies.
Sorry, I'm too contentious for this, aren't I?
Yes. No, but it's understandable. They're your views.
Yeah, they are.
So
not necessarily the views of the ABH Podcast Network.
These are just things we heard.
Yeah.
We were wrong about the Walmart buyout. I mentioned a story I heard.
Yeah.
That's all it was. We'll send you our Amazon earnings if it's that much of an issue.
Yeah, sod it. All 50 quid or whatever it's been so far.
Not even.
Yeah, I know.
So,
right. So, yeah, we've also had other listener, slightly less, other listener contributions. Apparently, Andrew from Weekly Geek Speak was pottering around work, and all of a sudden, our show started shouting from his pocket about midget porn the other week.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, over here, Prime
I didn't
Search.
realise Andrew listened to us.
No, but he does.
I didn't realise any of Weekly Geek Speak, but this week it just kind of came out that they listened to us. It's like, wow, that's
all been a bit of a loving, hasn't it?
Which is weird because I love Weekly Geek Speak.
Yeah.
I really do love Weekly Geek Speak, and I didn't realise they listened.
No, me neither.
And whenever we've interacted, they've just mentioned our names, not that we were part of the podcast. But then they don't do that.
No, exactly. That's
unless we tweet them from ABH Pod Twitter. It's just weird.
Mm. But it was very nice. It was nice. It's another.
We hold them in high regard.
We do,
along with all our other listeners. But this is someone that we've held in high regard for a while that we've never really interacted with a lot.
No, it's true. And I've answered.
All of a sudden, it's
been a lot this week, hasn't it? Yeah. So Andrew also, I encouraged him to steal a bag of Walker's crisps off a small girl.
That fucking made me. I laughed out loud at that whole conversation. What was it you said to him?
Well, he originally said, today's bus listening is anywhere but here, getting into the nitty gritty of Walker's crisps. I'm so hungry. So I said, wait till you get to the end of the episode. And he said, now a child is eating a bag of Walkers in the seat in front of me as if to taunt my stomach, little bitch, # too harsh. And then I said, not harsh enough. You take those crisps in a brazen act of Darwinism and show the small child who is the fittest. And then Andrew said, I've just been arrested for bellowing, I'm the fittest, and a crying child's face while stuffing my face with Walker's finest.
It's just the image of someone actually doing that. Like obviously he didn't.
Yeah, well, I hope not.
I
haven't heard from him since.
Good point. But that just made me laugh.
Also, The Dog Never Dies is a podcast that came out this week with their first episode on iTunes. It was Ben Taylorson. We messed that up a couple of weeks ago, talking about a film called 2 Minute Warning. His whole podcast is about disaster movies.
Yes.
And the title obviously is very funny because of the fact there is usually a dog in one of those films.
So clever. Bastard.
And if you think back to films like Independence Day, of course, which we've referenced on the podcast before.
Yeah, the dog jumps through the door and the fire goes behind him and not into the door. But the dog didn't die.
I also tweeted out a link to the new picture of the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Don't know whether you saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, it's what I expected. I think we, even when we spoke about it, when they released the version with the tartboard up slightly, I thought it looked a bit like the Tumbler, but it's too long. I think we even said we think it's going to be a cross between the Tumbler and the old dragster looking ones.
That's almost exactly what we've got, isn't it?
And it's got a gun on the front.
Yeah.
Which some people take
lots of people. To. Yeah, there was a massive article that Jake...
I thought it was a bit weird and it looked out of place, but then when you all started talking about it, I was like,
when you reframe it through the point that there is now this indestructible alien on the face of the planet, why wouldn't you arm yourself? But also think back to any of the other movie Batmobiles. They all have guns and rockets. The Tumbler had rockets.
Yeah.
The pod that came out of it, the bike had guns on the sides of it. And he didn't shoot at the Joker like in the Batwing in the first Batman movie, where he was trying to shoot machine guns at the Joker.
You're trying to kill the Joker.
The carnival, which is ridiculous. But they've all had weapons, even if it's just to blast through a wall or, create a ramp or...
Yeah, exactly. And like people have been saying, like replying on that comment is Has nobody ever heard of rubber bullets? Excuse me.
Exactly.
I didn't think that would happen. Yeah, has no one ever heard of rubber? They could be rubber bullets to disable people. They could be stun bullets. They could just be anything. It doesn't have to be.
Exactly. I mean,
bullets.
Dave Williams as well, down in Cornwall there.
Yeah.
He was saying that the guns do look a bit strange, but again, I said that I'd imagine they'd be used to shoot Superman.
Yeah.
Because, why not?
Exactly.
But also, the Guardian took the stance that the headlights on the front of the Batmobile there are so ineffective that they wouldn't pass any sort of MOT, and they're effectively just two torches.
Yeah, really. Actually, yes. I didn't even notice that. That's the official Zack Snyder picture, not the. Yeah. There was the on Instagram that guy posted the two where it's parked in a street behind like a fucking Renault Clio or something. But it's like those lights are a bit pants. That does look silly. Has no one done an enhanced colorized version of the Batmobile picture yet?
Not that I've seen.
Because they've done every other picture that they've released.
Yeah, and it's probably a good thing it wasn't grayscaled like the original version. But look, you can clearly see that it is exactly the same model that they used in the original sad Batman picture. Yeah.
So that's what it looks like, a cross between the Tumblr and
the Bruce Timm.
Oh well, yeah. Is it more?
Well, it's I suppose it's a bit of both, isn't it?
Classic the Batman long.
Yeah, and the animated series.
I think people have been saying it's like the Arkham Knight Batmobile.
Yes, yeah, because that looks a little bit like this as well. Yeah. From what I can remember, I haven't seen that trailer in ages now, but yeah, that's the way. But the thing is, as well, what I think Ian from Ridgecast was saying about it is that the guy who wrote that article saying like what the fuck are guns doing on the Batmobile obviously hasn't watched any Batman films or read Dark Knight Returns where he drives a tank.
Yeah.
A massive tank.
I haven't read it, I'm going to be honest.
It's fucking huge. I mean, I would try to look it up, but it would take too much time and I can't be asked. I'll show you it afterwards.
So, that, it is nice. I like it. It's going to be cool.
Of course it is. Yeah.
It's fucking Batman and Superman. The whole film's going to be cool. Yeah, I mean, what else has happened?
Well, lots of death this week. The thing is, we've been focusing on death a lot recently. Like every time we do an episode, we seem to talk about death, but there's been loads. There's been Joan Rivers, there's been Ian Paisley, there's been a ton of people dying. There's also been the Oscar Pistorius trial as well, where he's been found not guilty of murder, but guilty of culpable homicide and manslaughter and one charge of firing a gun in public. Yeah. And not having the proper licenses for certain ammunition.
What's his maximum sentence that he might possibly get?
Something like 15 years. Yeah.
And then you might not even get that.
Well, apparently, if it's anything like the British court system where you go away for 15 years and you only ever serve 5.
But I even heard somewhere that he might not even go away. He might just get away with a fine.
It's crazy.
And he might still be able to compete in Brazil.
Really?
I
didn't hear that.
Hearsay.
Yeah, sure. But
this
still.
is hearsay. But yeah, so like, how did he get away with it? There wasn't sufficient evidence, was there?
Basically, to convict him.
We spoke about it before. It's not a jury system.
No, it's the judge.
The judge, which we said was a positive, possibly not now in hindsight. But so apparently he could still. I'll have a quick look at Pistorius. Sorry.
It's all good. I didn't have it up anyway. There was another list of stupid people on the internet, but I don't really want to read them out because I think they might also be trolls.
Oh, really? Oh,
did you read through those?
Yeah, I did see some of those. See now, I was just looking. Looking? Did I just say looking?
Did you just looking?
I just looked and I looked for Oscar Pistorius Brazil Olympics. It doesn't actually say anything, so that might not be true. I'm not sure where the information came from.
Again, charming inaccuracies.
I mean, Liz said it. I didn't look it up after she said it. I just believed it in face value because she said it. So matter of fact. But yeah, I mean, still the fact that he might just get away with a fine
is ludicrous. Yeah.
Not enough evidence. It was his gun. She was in a bathroom.
Yeah.
Or he was in the bathroom.
But it's all about whether it's premeditated, isn't it? And that's the point. Yeah. You can never you can never tell whether it's premeditated in those circumstances. There wasn't enough evidence. There were no, threatening text messages being sent or anything like that.
No.
So you can't definitely say that it was. And they also say that you couldn't even hear the gunshots from outside the house or in the next house over, let alone a person scream. Because that was one of the things, wasn't it? The neighbour was saying
they heard a scream.
Yeah, they heard a scream, but they discharged firearms in the house and you couldn't hear it from that person's house.
That's all conditional.
Exactly, yeah.
It all depends on if they do the test at the same time of night. Did they do the test when the wind was blowing in the same direction? Did they do the test with the windows open, the neighbours' windows open? Were they all closed? Like, you don't know the conditions involved. That's circumstantial. That you can't.
Yeah.
You can't use that as evidence. I don't think there's so many. What's the word I'm looking for? There's so many variants.
Yeah.
So many. Yeah.
The thing is,
I just brain farted.
Yeah, it's okay. Because I can't think of the word either.
I know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. There's so much that could be done differently. I'm trying again. I'm struggling.
Stop it.
Stop it. Just stop me.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about that trial that I found is, like, the week before, it was on the Sunday tour at Liz's parents, I saw an advert on TV for the trial, like it was a fucking boxing event or something.
It all stems from the Michael Jackson case, doesn't it, a few years back, where that was kind of televised non-stop, 24 hours a day.
Reality. But they had the verdict.
Yeah.
Like, it was
They've really beefed this one up.
Yeah, it's like, it's somebody's life. It's real life. It's not.
But it could also be 4 months before they get to the final verdict anyway, because also there's got to be the appeal, and then the families have also appealed as well. The family of Reva Steenkamp.
Is he in custody?
Well, this is another. I don't know what they decided, actually. I didn't catch that bit, because
if he's in custody, they could go on the thing. Well, he's already served this much time.
Yeah, well, that's it.
He's
yeah,
shown signs
well,
of remorse.
apparently, a couple of weeks ago, he was out in a nightclub in South Africa. Yeah, so I would doubt.
Did he pull?
No, but what he did was when reporters arrived there, he got really aggressive and mean and horrible.
Oh, did he?
That doesn't help you, does it?
But they can't take that into account because it's not part of the case.
Yeah.
So. Bastard.
Slightly better news. William and Kate are expecting a second child.
They're a happy couple.
Aren't they just? Yeah.
Well, they must be, to be fair.
Yeah, they announced that this week. William's supposed to be thrilled after...
The child who's not going to be king.
Yeah. Is expecting this. No, William. Yeah. Not Harry.
No. But William's second child, because William.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. Sorry.
His firstborn could be king, and his second won't be.
Won't be. Yeah. It will be the Prince Harry of that outfit.
Yeah. He'll be the one dressing up as Nazis and smoking weed.
True.
Flying helicopters in Afghanistan.
But Harry, of course, said that I can't wait to see my brother suffer more.
Fuck, I love Prince Harry.
He's great, isn't he? He's really gone through a total revival, because he was a bit of an idiot for a while with the Nazi thing.
But I think people loved him for that.
Yeah, no, I did personally, but I think he's really come clean recently as well with this whole Invictus Games thing that he set up for the military guys who've lost limbs and stuff. He organised all that, obviously not on his own, but, but it's his initiative.
Yeah.
And he's actually, like, whenever you see him at those kinds of events as well, he always comes across as really humble and normal.
He is.
Yeah.
He is normal.
It's like when I watched the opening ceremony and he gave this big speech about setting it up and all the rest of it. And as he finished, he kind of went...
Yeah.
like that.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
I'm done now.
And there was a bit as well. He was at one of the. He obviously he's been at the whole thing all week.
Yeah.
And there's bits where obviously I guess he must have served with certain members of these teams.
Yeah.
There's a bit where, like, he's down trackside just after some of them have finished, and one of the guys is giving him a hug, He kind of pushes the guy away. He's like,
oh really? Oh, that's brilliant.
Because the guy's put his shoulder like right up to his face.
Obviously one of his mates. No, the Invictus Games is where they're doing the concert at the end, or is it at the beginning?
Yeah, there's a concert tonight. Actually,
is it tonight?
I think it's tonight.
It was
the last
Liz
day
really
of the
wanted
games.
to go because it's Foo Fighters headline.
Oh really?
I believe.
I'm
sure
not
it's
seen the
Invictus
headliners.
Games. And I think Foo Fighters headlining it because they did 3 shows this week in clubs.
Oh right,
like under a different name. They've done 3 secret shows this week under a secret name, which is, oh my god,
it's kind of a precursor to something bigger, isn't it? Yeah,
but it's in a club, like less than 1,000 people to see Foo Fighters under which I think my brother told me they were doing it. Like he knows somebody who knows someone, like an events organizer, and he said, "Oh yeah, like they're doing secret shows, aren't they, under this name?" Like, oh really? He's like, yeah.
However,
one was in Brighton.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's really cool. But Prince Harry, man.
Prince Harry.
Be his mate.
Yeah. There's someone who thought they were Prince Harry's mate as well in the news this week.
Nice.
Again, I
saw this
Facebooked a thing on there. Yeah.
Yet another Sultaran living on Earth.
Yeah, basically another thumbhead. It's taken an absolute age to load up. I don't know why, but basically, some woman claims to be pregnant with the child of Prince Harry. Get this.
You got my scroll bar.
Scroll bar's gone.
But
basically, she's
That's not working. There we go.
A homeless woman claims that she's been impregnated by none other than Prince Harry himself, rather than no other, like the headline says.
Yeah, brilliant journalism.
This will be the worldnewsdailyreport.com. I don't know who they are. Because
they've taken all of the keywords.
Yeah.
It's like SEO, they've shipped
their
website.
Like it. The woman that has been arrested by security agents after causing a ruckus on the site of the Buckingham Palace has been obsessive about letting the world know that she is allegedly pregnant with another heir to the throne of England. The 38-year-old woman was seen loitering around the Buckingham Palace for the past weeks, trying repeatedly and incessantly to jump over fences and walls at night, and being chased off by police officers more than 3 times without ever getting caught.
Can we deconstruct the Buckingham Palace and how that is supposed to make sense?
I don't know. It's not
the Buckingham Palace. It's not a hotel.
No.
It's not in Buckinghamshire.
No, it's Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
If true, the news comes at an embarrassing time for the royal family, who are celebrating the news that Prince William and Kate Middleton are expecting a second child. Prince Harry had no comments about the scene, but a spokeswoman for the royal family assured us that he hopes this woman gets help soon and that she is unharmed.
The scene? No comments about the scene. What scene?
No. Like I say, I don't think this is a very reputable news source.
Yes, coincidentally, this woman came out saying it just after William and Kate announced their second baby.
Yeah, just interesting, isn't it, that these people come out of the woodwork. Apparently, it seems that she might have been squatting in the area for some time, as the palace gardeners have been complaining about finding human feces at different places in the bushes and flowers of the area.
And obviously, on his way into the palace, Prince Harry saw her
and thought, you know what?
I'll have a bit of that.
And I mean, if you've seen the picture of her, she's not exactly a looker, is she? I mean, not even in Harry's debauched younger days. I can't see him even looking at this. She looks like the back of a bus.
She looks like a jolly good time, doesn't she? Rather.
Oh, Philly.
Give me a piece of that. No, she's foul. Yeah.
It's just
the thought just doesn't even
horrible and wrong. Ugh.
Doesn't even bear thinking about, does it?
It really doesn't at all.
So, like the Czech Republic, apparently. I went back to the HuffPost because it's awesome.
Of course.
This isn't like big news stories. This is just something that I found that's funny. They found an imaginative way to stop public urination.
Oh, yeah?
A hotel in the Czech Republic.
The Czech Republic?
So, the Czech Republic hasn't found a hotel in the Czech Republic has.
Okay.
Classy HuffPost. Has thought of an imaginative way to counteract public urination by promising to humiliate anyone caught with their pants down.
Mm-hmm.
A handy 3-stage pictographic message clearly presents an explicit message to anyone thinking of unzipping outside of a designated area.
Okay.
They have designated areas for pissing. I think we call them toilets.
Yeah.
So this is in Mikulov on the border of Czech Republic and Austria.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got the top picture, which is just like a
little stick
man taking a piss, and it's the red circle with a line through it.
Yeah.
The second picture, 3 stages. The man pissing. The second stage is a camera facing him. And the third stage is a computer screen with a YouTube logo in the top right-hand corner. So
I like that.
Yeah, so as no videos of the nature can be found on YouTube, the deterrent appears to be working. I would think that the videos are being taken down as soon as they're put up. But, it's a bit of fun.
Yeah. I mean, is it going to stop people?
No, they just go
Maybe
behind
not.
the wall.
Yeah.
Or don't go where there's a camera.
Yeah.
Like normal people would do anyway on a night out. If you're going to piss up a wall, you do it where there's no cameras.
Yeah. You do it slightly off the street. It'll be
unless
fine.
that is a normal occurrence to them, like people just stand in the middle of the road taking a piss. Oh, yeah, I have had a friend who's done that. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was after a night out. We were walking.
It's not me, is it?
No. This was just as we were kind of started seeing each other. Like me and my friend walked to Liz home.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention any names. He knows who he is if he listens. And he basically stood like Liz lives in a road that's just a big hill.
Yeah.
And he basically stood in the middle of this big wide road, Forest Hill in Tobble. I don't know if you know it.
Yes.
Big road.
Yeah.
She used to live there. Sorry. And he just stood in the middle of the road taking a piss.
Okay.
Watching his pee run down the hill.
Would I know
imagine.
him?
Yeah, you know him.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, you know him for a similar reason about urination.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You've had a problem with him urinating somewhere he shouldn't as well.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, him. It's a common thing. What is it with guys? It's a common thing with guys who get like absolutely
hammered,
blackout drunk that they piss wherever.
Mm.
It's quite a common thing.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's easy, isn't it? Easier for guys and girls.
Just
though, to be fair, I've seen some girls do it as well.
Yeah.
In my time.
It's happened in TV as well.
Yeah.
Like there was what's that one where the parents follow the kids around
and they watch them secretly? And
yeah, this one was a girl went to a
suspicious
festival.
Parents.
She went to a festival and she was just taking a pee, sort of like on the way to the arena,
right?
And the campsites. And she just stopped in the middle and dropped
yeah,
fucking classy.
Yeah. If you gotta go, you gotta go, I guess, but still hide
not there.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Gravedigger.
Is this a new Kanye West track?
No, it's not.
Oh.
No, I was gonna
because I've got a.
You got a Kanye West.
Yeah.
Maybe. Let's read it. Talk about a grave situation. A gravedigger in Spain was suspended after a photo of him posing with an exhumed body circulated on social media.
Wow, really?
The man, who was identified only as Clement, is being investigated by police after appearing in the photo with a man who is believed to be the dead man's nephew.
What?
The victim reportedly died 23 years ago. The body was exhumed so the grave could be extended, according to UPI. What does that mean? The grave could be extended. Oh, added to.
Oh,
so
okay.
like bury his wife.
Yeah.
Because they dig further down. Clement is on the right. The photo was taken by the dead man's niece. It was silliness with no justification whatsoever, a municipal representative said in a statement.
Silliness?
Silly. Very silly. What a silly man.
What a silly thing to do. This is all getting too silly.
Now, if they're his next of kin, don't they have rights over the body?
I don't know whether it extends to exhuming the corpse. And
they have to exhume the corpse.
They
have to exhume the corpse
to
extend the grave.
But do they have to take it out of the coffin?
Well, the coffin, would it be not...
maybe. I don't really know.
Would it not decompose?
In 23 years, maybe. Yeah. But then look at the state of that corpse. It doesn't look...
It looks well preserved, doesn't it?
For 23 years, it's still got skin on it.
Oh, has it? The hands don't look like they have, but the head might. That's the difficulty, because it's blurred out. You can't see if that's a skull or a face. It looks like it's got hair.
Oh, actually, that's clothing, isn't it? I thought that was just.
Oh, sorry, no, you're at an awkward angle, aren't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, whether they've got the right to do that or not,
it's still not.
It's still a bit bad taste, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, is that the coffin in the left-hand corner?
That might be the new one they're putting in.
I suppose. Yeah.
because that looks new.
Yeah.
But if the nephew and niece asked to have a photo taken, but why post
it's a bit
it
weird, isn't it?
People does make you question people. A lot of what we talk about is you question.
Yeah,
people.
true. To be fair, I mean, I don't know why we're shocked anymore after doing this.
Oh, this is a photo. Is it the actual photo? Can we see? Come on. No, that's the blurred out version as well.
I don't think any reputable news source would put it on without the blur. I don't think
it's a bit odd. It's a bit of an odd one.
That is strange. But yeah, the reason that I mentioned Kanye West, is because he stopped a show in Australia this week when he noticed.
Has this got anything to do with his self-importance? I'm gonna throw it out there at the start.
Only
don't be doing that shit at my concert or that kind of thing.
Do you
know who I am?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Don't speak to anybody. Don't let anyone else speak to you.
Yeah.
Don't speak to yourself. Don't speak to me.
Go tell everybody never to speak to anyone.
Except you can't do that because you're not allowed to speak to them.
Yeah.
You're a cunt. Yeah, he stopped a show in Sydney when he's Kanye West.
Come on, we like
when
to
he
do
saw
that
an
people.
audience member was not on his feet dancing to the music.
Oh,
can you just give a guess where this might be going?
The guy was in the disabled area, was he? In a wheelchair, possibly? 2
life lessons we're taught when we're young. Always wear clean underwear and always think before you speak.
Yeah.
For the Yeezers tour, the rapper allegedly caused a major kerfuffle by calling a stop to proceedings because he saw that a couple of crowd members were not dancing along with the rest of them.
Was there a whole row of them on a raised platform by any chance?
He yelled to the audience, "I can't do this song. I can't do this show until everybody stand up. Unless you got a handicap pass and you get a special parking and shit." And then he spotted 2 fans not enjoying the music as they should and refused to continue until they got up and boogied. Embarrassingly for the star, the people he'd picked on had good reasons not to be bopping along. One waved his prosthetic limb in explanation, to which Kanye gave a swift, "Okay, you're fine."
Yeah.
But then he gunned for the other audience member. He went on to say, "This is the longest I've had to wait to do a song. It's unbelievable," according to the Mail Online.
Yeah.
Despite the crowd trying to alert Kanye to his mistake, he sent his bodyguard to double check the fan was indeed confined to a wheelchair. On discovering that the fan discovering that fan too was physically impaired and unable to get on their feet as requested, Kanye said, "He's in a wheelchair? Oh, that's fine."
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah.
What an arsehole.
What a dick. Apparently someone on Twitter has a 3-minute video of Kanye.
Brilliant.
Waiting for a guy in a wheelchair to stand up.
I
mean, he calls himself Yeezers.
Yes, he
does. But he's not going to be curing cripples anytime soon, is he?
No, he could have, if he really was, he could have easily rectified that situation.
Yeah, precisely. If he really wanted to, extend that myth and his creative genius.
Maybe we could do an episode of Shit Tie in Transit on whether Kanye West really is.
Maybe, yeah. We'll try and get in touch with Kanye West, shall we? To see if we could get him on to prove his Yeezers-ness.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, he did say at the start of it, if you've got a disabled pass.
He did.
He did kind of.
He
give
did
them
say
the out
unless
there.
you got a handicap pass and you get special parking.
Yeah, unless you got a.
Yeah. So then why pick on people if you've already given them a caveat?
Because they've got to prove it.
Yeah, I love the fact that he sent down.
They have to prove it.
I love the fact that he sent down a security guard to check that the guy was in a wheelchair before he then started the song.
He's such a self-important fuckhead.
I cannot fucking stand him and his shit.
Yes.
When is it that society decides that they're no longer going to put up with bullshit by these people? Him, Justin Bieber, any of them, Miley Cyrus.
The problem is people, for some unknown reason, like their music and they give them the pass.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing I can equate it to is...
Is this because they've got an IQ of less than 100?
Probably.
I'm going to tar all of them with the same brush and say yes.
Yeah. Now... The only thing I can equate it to is the Michael Jackson situation.
Mm-hmm.
he gets a pass on a lot of his weird shit because his music was brilliant and genius. And I love Michael Jackson's music, so I kind of ignore the
allegations.
The allegations. Not even take the allegations out of it. Even just his fucking how weird he was before all of that stuff came out. You gave him a pass because it's Michael. You went, what a fucking weirdo. Oh shit, it's bad playing.
Yeah.
Let's dance.
Yeah.
Let's do our moonwalk across the kitchen floor. You know, it's. And then when the allegations come out, you kind of go, I still don't know if I believe it.
Yeah.
I'm up in. I don't know. It's one of those difficult things, but I will still chuck on an album of his.
Yeah, I still listen to Michael Jackson's music.
But Kanye West's music is shit.
Yes, this is the thing. To me, like, there is no redeeming value in Kanye West's music or Justin Bieber's music.
I don't mind Gold Digger to an extent. It's not. It's cool to sing along, but the Ray Charles part.
That's the thing, isn't it? You know, he largely samples a lot of other, because it's rap. He largely samples a lot of other people's things and then puts his own creative genius on top of it, doesn't he?
Your creative genius, you wouldn't need to.
Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. I believe that was Daft Punk.
Yep, that was
You know,
Diamonds from Sierra Leone.
Yeah, that
Diamonds Are Forever.
Yeah, wasn't entirely his, was it?
No.
Fucking I don't creative
like Justin.
genius.
I don't know the Justin.
I don't
shit.
understand.
We had the first album because Chloe absolutely loved Justin Bieber. So we had the first album, which was constantly on in the car. And it was that thing started happening where it was just playing so much that I started to sing along to it and thought I liked it.
It's called Munchausen syndrome.
Yeah, that kind of thing happened.
You think you like it, but you don't.
Yeah.
And it's the only coping mechanism you have.
But it's that whole thing now. Now, like she picked up her VTech in a tab. It's like a kid's iPad.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But that's got her old songs on that she used to listen to all the time, and it had the first Justin Bieber album. She played one of the songs. I started singing along to it. It's just like in the back of my head.
It's clawed its way in there like a fucking parasite.
Yes,
leeching on your brain stem.
But it's just that. But then, on the other hand, you say that. On the other hand, Pharrell Williams, Happy, is having completely the opposite effect. The more I hear it, the more I want every copy to get burned.
Yeah, and I actually think he's a credible artist.
Yeah,
as well. Like, he's been around in many forms for a lot of years.
I absolutely hate that song. I only liked it originally because it was from Despicable Me 2.
Right.
Which I love that film, but now I don't think I could ever watch that film again.
No, it goes on for too long
because of that song
as well.
Like, you usually put a double chorus at the end of a song. Or we used to.
Not 10.
Not 10.
Yeah. But this is the thing.
It has the opposite effect of what is intended, what the song's about. You start off happy and then you end up miserable.
All right. So who is worse in this situation? Is it Kanye West and Justin Bieber or Pharrell Williams?
I'll tell you who's at fault. People
that
listen to it. People that allow it. Why does it get played so much? Because people like it.
Yeah.
For some reason. Why is Kanye West and Justin Bieber still around? Because people like them for some reason.
But it baffles most of the world, though, doesn't it? Like, that's the thing. Like,
a majority of people you speak to hate them.
Yeah.
Don't like them. Why?
It's like Mrs. Brown's Boys.
I can't
the TV show.
It.
It's, for those of you who don't know, it's a bloke dressed as a woman. It's an Irish sitcom about a bloke dressed as a woman who falls over a bit and swears. That's
a lot.
Basically what I get from it.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's funny. I don't understand how it's got from
They make jokes about it being a man dressed up as a woman as well.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. And that guy, I can't remember his name. I think it's Brendan something
don't
care. He's only ever done that shtick.
Yeah.
That's all he's ever done for his entire career.
There's a film.
He's done it, I know, the movie. He's done it for like 20, 30 years, just that character. Yeah. And it's that repetition of like, this is shit, but you're going to like it. Yeah. And I've never ever met a single person who professes to watch it, yet it's got a film now.
Yeah, no, I've heard people say they like it.
I've never heard a single person. Because I've heard people say they like Miranda.
I don't get that.
And I don't understand that because it's a middle class, frumpy
like
woman falling over a lot and making a prat out of herself.
She's funny though. Miranda Richardson is funny.
Yeah, I've seen her on
She's quite intelligent. I heard her on Richard Herring.
No, you're right, yeah.
She is quite funny and intelligent.
Sorry.
bit delayed.
He hasn't released one for a while. I'm not in the loop.
No. But yeah, so I've heard that she's funny. It's the same as that annoying Geordie woman.
Oh, Sarah Millican.
Yeah, who's quite funny.
Yeah.
But her voice.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I like I say, I've heard people say they like Miranda and they watch Miranda. So I get that there is an audience for that, but I've never seen the audience. I don't know anyone who is in the audience for Mrs. Brown's Boys. And that's a phenomena.
Yeah. It's not funny.
And
if there's any Americans listening and they go and research it and they find it funny, please don't. English people don't like it.
No.
It's not funny.
No. Father Ted was hilarious. And that was Irish.
Father Head.
That's a different show altogether. That's the Triple X parody.
Yeah. Father Head.
Cock!
There's a free... Cock! Father Ted, I found parts of it funny. I didn't like it on the whole. Like, there's been parts where, we were watching it. Me and Liz watched, it was just an episode in, and she was in hysterics, and I was watching it thinking, I know I should find this funny, but I'm not going to laugh at it. And when I made myself not laugh at it, I saw it
for what it was.
Not for what it was.
I know.
I saw it in the sense that I now understand why I don't find it funny, but I do understand why people find it funny and what they're doing. Like, I saw the trick.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
I knew I should have been laughing. I knew why I should have been laughing, but I could see the trick.
Yeah. See, I let myself go to Father Ted. Like, that is something I'll give a pass because I think it's...
Probably in the same way I watch Doctor Who and S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
You can see the silliness.
Yeah.
You can see why you shouldn't like it, but...
It's a cheap sitcom, but there's a genius behind it that isn't there on Mrs. Brown's Boys as far as I can see.
No,
That's what I'm saying, is that that is an Irish sitcom that works, even though it's the same formula.
Yeah.
It's Irish people being stupid and swearing.
Yeah.
But it's not as obtuse and shit as Mrs. Brown's Boys, yet,
Speaking of Irish people being stupid and swearing, not necessarily stupid, I watched Philomena.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay. I will watch that at some point.
Yeah. That's really good. You should watch it if you can. A woman from work lent it to me, and I loved it. It was brilliant. It's a really sad story.
Because the journalist Sixsmith, he's on one of the radio shows this week talking about it.
Oh, really?
The real life.
I actually want to read the book now.
Yeah, because I actually want to read the book. The film isn't 100%. Obviously, it's been dramatised, and there's been some extra bits put in to make it more of a film. Cinematic thing. But
it is a very sad story. Steve Coogan playing a serious role. He's a good actor.
Yeah,
he is a really good actor. I don't like Alan Partridge. On that same thing, I don't.
I can deal with Alan Partridge only in very short chunks. I
want to see Alpha Papa. That looks funny.
It's hilarious.
I want to see that.
Really, really funny.
There's another one Liz really likes, and I didn't. I think I missed that comedy boom, like Father Ted. Black Books.
Because they're all around the same time. See, I love Black Books as well.
I've not seen it.
I've got them.
And Spaced.
Upstairs.
We've got Spaced.
Spaced, yeah.
We've got Spaced. I was keep meaning to watch that, but I missed all of that comedy era. I don't know what I was probably.
See, I think it came out of the Fast Show, and then those things carried on. So because you love the Fast Show,
I love the Fast
Show.
So
like it's kind of an extension of that. Especially Father Ted is quite an extension of almost like the landowner and Ted. It's that kind of. It's almost an extension of that kind of. I can't remember.
Do you know what's stupid? I was about to mention it because me and Liz, we were listening to the radio in the car, and they were doing an interview with the landowner,
Higson.
Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie Higson.
Wasn't he called Charlie in the sketch?
I'm not sure whether he ever had a name.
No, because Liz called him Charlie.
Right.
So maybe
the
it's just
actor's Charlie Higson. Yeah.
But we were listening to it, and I went, "Oh, that's," and she went, "Charlie." And she said it like that because that was such a nice story.
Yeah.
That was so bittersweet, wasn't it? Mm. Like in a really weird way.
Yeah.
Like at the end, it really got bittersweet. Oh,
because did you see the
two of my favourite characters?
Did you see the ones they did over the summer?
No,
they did like a couple of extra shows. They did.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Look them up.
Oh shit!
I don't know. They'll probably be on the iPlayer, I'd imagine.
Because they had on Through the Keyhole, the Keith Lemon one. Shit.
Yeah,
I love Through the Keyhole.
Yeah,
just the format, and they had the jazz guy.
Okay, yeah.
They had him,
John Thompson.
Yeah, they had him on Through the Keyhole.
Because there's a thing on certain nights with him and one of the other guys from the Far Show.
White House.
No, the Simon something or other.
Yes.
He's the Eco Warrior.
Which one's the Eco Warrior? What's the sketch?
Like
I don't know.
Moonlight shadow.
No.
And he's got he looks like Frank.
Oh, it does.
Whatever.
But
they're out in Argentina and they're doing they're being gauchos, which is like cowboys effectively. They're on cattle ranches.
Oh, okay.
And they're learning to be cattle ranchers.
Oh,
it's hilarious because it's the two guys from the Far Show trying to ride horses and lasso cows.
They're absolute genius. That program was amazing.
Mm-hmm. And it worked again. I think we watched them when they were on.
I didn't realise I don't
know why I didn't.
Was it a Dave thing or was it a BBC?
No, it was a BBC thing because it was all to do with the 50th anniversary of Channel 2, BBC 2.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was to do with that. They may well be on the iPlayer. Check them out because they're just really funny. Some of it, the Carolyn Ahern stuff, not so much.
Yeah, but is that because of what she became?
Yeah. But these are new things with her in. That's what I'm saying. Like it's new. It wasn't repeats. Oh, so they were doing it again.
But was it the same characters?
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
What ones did she do? Oh, she done Scorcho.
Yeah, but like she actually came up with a new character. This schoolgirl who was texting this bloke or tweeting this bloke, and it turns out he's in prison. And yeah, this is. But I think she was the only one who came up with a new...
trying to take on younger traits.
Yeah. I mean, she was the only one who came up with a new character. Apart from that, it was the landowner and Ted. It was the South African shop assistant. You know, the really offensive South African shop assistant.
Was he one of the late ones? The woman. For some reason, I don't remember that. Yeah. Was she the impressionist?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a vague memory of that. The shop assistants I remember are the suit shoe.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know whether they must have been in it.
Was Paul Whitehouse on?
Paul Whitehouse was in it. Yeah.
There's him. There's the painter.
Yeah. Yeah. He was in it quite a lot actually. Charlie Higson's.
I think I saw. Did I see that? Or it might have been the previous. I don't know. Anyway, I will look them up because I love it. Liz loves it, so it's something to watch.
So if you, again, going back to the point, if you're American and you're trying to watch those shows, watch the Far Show instead.
Yes.
Because that's genuinely decent British comedy.
Far Show, Black Books.
Yeah.
Spaced. I mean, a lot of them watch Spaced anyway.
Yeah. But Black Books you need to have a watch of.
Black Books is the one with Bill Bailey, isn't it?
Yeah. And Dylan Moran, Tamsin Gregg.
They're in a bookshop.
Yeah.
Basically.
And comedy ensues.
Yeah.
Any of the Channel 4 comedies, really.
Channel 4 do stuff right.
Yeah, they do.
They really do.
Yeah.
Wow, that's long.
Yeah, we've gone long. We went out on a tangent there. I do apologise.
And we actually avoided as much death as possible.
Yes, we did. There have been stuff going on, but we're not going to touch on it because we touch on it too often.
Yeah.
Apart from exhumed corpses, because that's
don't touch it; it will get infected.
Exactly, and that's the point that we shall reiterate this week. Out of everything else,
stop poking it.
It will fall off. So if you want to get in touch with anything at all in the next week so that we can have something to talk about next week that you're interested in.
Let us know what you think about the t-shirt idea.
Yes, good point.
Also the Netflix TV movie thing.
Is that a good idea or are we stepping on too many people's toes? There are a lot of film podcasts out there.
But it will be like a 10-15 minute section.
Yeah, we're not going to do the whole show on it.
And we're not going to go in depth. And
it's something else that we don't, we can end the show on.
Watching something really terrible because of it.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because, I've given in and got Netflix.
It's an experiment thing.
But yeah. So get in touch with us on Twitter, Facebook, at Gmail, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Wherever you can get in touch with us. Also, don't forget to leave ratings and reviews on iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Land, all the rest of them. Because it does help us out. Do your shopping through the Amazon link at abhpod.com. And, until next week, I suppose. Subscribe on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and all the rest of it. Yeah. So until next week, until next time, this has been Anywhere But Here. I have been Tom.
And I've been Ant.
Bye.